So, this is chapter 12, the law of least effort. So, conventional wisdom holds that motivation is the key to habit change. Maybe if you are really wanted it, you'd actually do it. But the truth is, our real motivation is to be lazy and to do what is convenient. Energy is precious and the brain is wired to conserve it whenever possible. It is the human nature to follow the law of least effort, which states that when deciding between two similar options, people will naturally gravitate toward the option that requires the least amount of work. Out of all the possible actions we could take, the one that is realized is the one that delivers the most value for the least effort. And we are motivated to do what is easy. Every action requires a certain amount of energy, and the more energy required, the less likely it is to occur. And the less energy a habit requires, more likely is to do occur. Looking at any behavior that fills up much of your life, and you will see that it can be performed with very low levels of motivations. Habits like scrolling on your phones, checking mails, and watching televisions steal so much of your time because they can be performed almost without effort. They are remarkably convenient. In a sense, every habit is just an obstacle to getting what you really want. So, what you really want is the outcome the habit delivers. The greater the obstacle, that is, the more difficult the habit, or the more friction there is between you and your desired end state. And this is why it's crucial to make your habit so easy that you will do them even when you don't feel like it. If you make your good habits more convenient, you will be more likely to follow through on them. Like on the tough days, it's crucial to have as many things working in your favor as possible so that you can overcome the challenging challenges like naturally through your way. And the less friction you face, the easier it for your stronger self to emerge. And the idea behind make it easy is not only to easy things, the idea is to make it as easy as possible and the moment to do things that pay off in the long run. And how to achieve more with the less efforts? Let's look this. So one of the most effective ways to reduce the friction associated with your habit is to practice environment design. In chapter 6, we discuss environment design as a method for making cues more obvious. But you can also optimize your environment to make actions more easier. When deciding where to practice a new habit, it is best to choose a place that is already along the path of your daily routine. And habits are easier to build when they fit into the flow of your own life. Okay, right? So I like to refer of this strategy as addition by subtraction. So for every point of friction in the manufacturing processes are eliminated. Means there's a Japanese company which uh, when there is any point of friction in these manufacturing process, they eliminated it. So when we remove the point of friction that save our time and energy, we can achieve more with less efforts. And this is one reason tidying up can feel so good. We are simultaneously moving forward and lightening the cognitive load our environmental places on us. If you look at most habit forming products, you will notice that one of things these goods and services do best is remove little bits of friction from your life. Okay, business is a never-ending cost to deliver the same result in an easier fashion. And the central idea is to create an environment where doing the right things is as easy as possible. Much of the battle of building better habits comes down to finding ways to reduce the friction associated with our good habits and increase the friction associated with our bad habits. So prime the environment for the future use. And Knuckles dialed in his cleaning habits by following he referred to as a resetting the room. So the purpose of resetting each room is not simply to clean up after the last action, but to prepare for the next action. When I walk into a room, everything is in its right place. And Knuckles wrote, because I do this every day in every room, stuff always stays in good shape. People think I work hard, but I'm actually really lazy. I'm just proactively lazy. It gives me so much time back. Whenever you organize a space for its intended purpose, you are priming it to make the next actions easy. There are many ways to prime your environment so it's ready for immediate use. So there are simple ways to make the good habits the path of least resistance. You can also invert this principle and prime the environment to make bad behaviors difficult. If you find yourself watching too much television, for example, then unplug it after every use. Only plug it back if and you can say out loud the name of the show you want to watch. This setup creates enough friction to prevent mindless viewing. If that doesn't work, you can take it a step further. Unplug the television and take the batteries out of the remote. Each use, after each use, so it takes an extra 10 seconds to turn it back on. The greater the friction, the less likely the habit, or the easier means the more easy uh, is the action, the more likely the habit becomes. It is remarkably how little friction is required to prevent unwanted behavior. Imagine the cumulative impact of making dozens of changes and living in an environment designed to make the good behaviors easier and the bad behaviors hard. So we should ask ourselves the same question. How can we design a world where it's easy to do what's the right and redesign your life so that the action that matters most are also the actions that are easiest to do. So now this is chapter summary. Human behaviors follow the law of least effort. Most value within the least efforts. So create an environment where doing the right thing is as easy as possible. Reduce the friction associated with good behaviors. Increase the friction associated with the bad behavior. And prime your environment to make your future actions easier. Thank you.